Making Gears of War 2's story mode as epic as possible has been a main focus for the Gears team, but that's not to say that the mode that solidified the first Gears of War as one of the greatest games on Xbox 360 hasn't received its fair share of attention. In fact, the multiplayer has been expanded, refined, and tweaked for all the hungry Xbox Live fans out there, and there's plenty to salivate over until November 7th. First, the gameplay changes. Much of the refinements from the story mode make an appearance in multiplayer, so enemies can be captured and used as human or inhuman meat shields. There are portable shields of the non-meat variety, brutal executions can be triggered on unsuspecting foes, and chainsaw duels are there in all of their adrenaline-fueled button-mashing glory. There are also some new toys to play with. Grenades can now be made into proximity mines to blow bad guys to Kingdom Come, and new weapons like the Mulcher can render the nastiest dudes into tiny bits of meat. My personal favorite of the new additions is the Scorcher, a flamethrower that leaves a very satisfying charred effect in its wake. However, these tweaks wouldn't be much without modes to support them. Thankfully, Gears 2 has 6 multiplayer modes to wage destruction across. The standard deathmatch called Warzone can now support up to 10 players for 5-on-5 fragging, and Annex returns if you want some King of the Hill style action. But it's the new stuff that has you interested in Gears 2. Wingman consists of up to 5 teams of 2 players each. You can revive your partner, who is playing as an identical character for easy identification, so you've got to always be on the lookout for a pal in need of a helping hand. Much like being a wingman in a crowded bar on a Friday night, you really need to balance between fighting and saving your bro to be successful. Guardian mode is an involved form of assassination from the original game. One player is the Guardian, and as long as they're alive, the players in their team can respawn. If the Guardian dies, then everyone quite literally has one life to live. Suffice to say, you want to take the Guardian out first. Luckily, there's a handy indicator that points out his general location, making the search that much easier. Submission mode used to have the much more awesome name of Meat Flag, but was removed by the PR monkeys at Microsoft. We'll get over it someday. It's basically capture the flag with a twist. Instead of the normal boring pole with a piece of cloth at the end, the flag is actually a disgruntled person who doesn't want to be captured. You'll have to subdue him, put him in a not-so-friendly chokehold, and drag him to a capture point to score. The final mode is an IGN favorite, Horde. It's a co-op multiplayer mode where you can team up with 4 buddies to take on a seemingly never-ending wave of enemies. The bad guys get more powerful as you try to work your way to the final, 50th wave. These modes can be played on all 15 maps, 10 of which are new, with 5 that have been reworked from the original. Add in the new battle and ghost cams that let you always watch the most intense moments of a match when you're waiting to respawn, a screen capturing system, and level-specific hazards such as Razor Hail that brings down pointy pain, and you have a very interesting multiplayer experience. Come November, these new changes and additions will hit you like a rifle to the brain, and I mean that in the best way possible.